the single and most powerful action you can take to drastically improve your goal achievement and enjoyment of life is to reduce the complexity of as many daily actions as possible. So, Alphas, again, welcome back to the show. Andy Naylor here, as always, founder and CEO of Naylor Body Design and your host of the Optimal Alpha podcast. And really just another quick episode today about perspective into something which can drastically have a massively positive effect on all of our lives. Here's the question to start this. If you only had 6 more months to live, what would you spend your time doing? What would be the daily activities you would engage in, and which ones would you drop because of their non-importance? Okay? This question, or these questions, should really help you identify what's truly important to you, because they're your priorities and no one else can tell you what your priorities are. Only you can work that out, and you should know. If you don't, go through that process. The 6 months, and what would you continue and not continue doing? Basically, what gives you the greatest results for effort put in, and ultimately the greatest pleasure and reward away from your work. The highest paid activity in the US and in your life is what? What do you think is technically the highest paid activity that you can undertake? It's thinking. It's thinking. Why? Because thoughts become things. Everything in our world, everything around us was once just a thought from someone's thinking, and then it's become a reality. Maybe that's a good reality or a bad reality. That's a topic for another day. The highest paid activity you can undertake is thinking. So take time out to think, and think about who you are. Think about, what do you want out of your life? Your one go on this merry-go-round. Get that really clear in your mind. This ain't no dress rehearsal. This is your one shot. One shot. Okay? So what do you want out of it? What do you want out of this life? And how are you going to get it? That process will give you a bigger return on any other activity that you can undertake. But the issue is, most people, we're going through our day not really thinking. Not really thinking. We're on autopilot. Some things on autopilot is great, but not thinking, I would suggest, probably not great. We're acting very habitually. Again, can be useful, but in terms of thinking, probably not. Quite often we've essentially got our eyes closed, blinkers on. We're quite impulsive, reactive. Our lives are extremely unfocused at times. And there's also now a million things vying for our attention. The greatest commodity on this planet right now is attention. It is the biggest commodity that we have. Everything wants your attention. So we become quite impulsive. It's fair to say the average person is a little bit like a dog chasing rabbits in a field. Okay, so picture a field, picture a dog, and there's a bunch of rabbits in there. The dog sees a rabbit and woof, off it goes. 100 miles an hour, like chasing after it. Oh my God, I've seen a rabbit. I'm going to go and get it. I'm off like 1,000,000 miles an hour, completely focused on that rabbit. The dog is getting closer and closer and closer. Then boom, up pops a new rabbit off to the right-hand side. And the dog is like, oh my God, there's another rabbit, and off in the new direction the dog goes, right? Because there's now a new thing to go and chase after. It's totally lost focus on the first rabbit that is actually just beginning to start to catch up. Okay, and all of a sudden, another new rabbit pops up, and the dog's like, oh my goodness, off to the left it goes. The dog spends a whole day chasing new rabbits, but alas, has caught absolutely none of them. No rabbits were hurt in the thinking of this podcast. The dog has caught absolutely none of them. The dog is exhausted. It's been busy all day, but with zero reward. The dog's been a busy fool. Nothing really accomplished for all of the exerted effort. And we as humans, I think, are very much like this way too much of the time. So what's the solution? To reduce the complexity and focus until it's down to one action at a time, until it's 100% complete. How many things do you do right now where you start something? We all do this. I do this. I'm aware of when I do it. We start something draws our attention off, and we don't finish the task. Certainly sitting in front of a computer screen with emails going off and things like that, it's a real issue. So we start a task, we see a rabbit, and off we go. Okay, and then another rabbit, appears, and off we go again. So we need to see a rabbit, catch it, and repeat. See one rabbit, catch it, and repeat. Okay, we shouldn't be seeing a rabbit, then another rabbit, then another. Like that's we're just going round in circles. This also really applies to health and fitness goals. Okay, let's move it into that realm for a second. Here's a reasonably good example. I want to lose fat and gain muscle. Okay, that's two rabbits. It's two rabbits, and it's divided attention. The end goal, understandably here, will be to have more muscle and less fat. Like that would be the end goal. But when someone says, I want to drop fat and gain muscle at the same time, that is like trying to chase two rabbits at the same time, right? It's two rabbits. It's completely divided attention. Is this technically possible? Yes, in a few circumstances. I have seen a few people technically appear to build muscle and drop fat. But honestly, after 20 years of coaching people, I can safely say that trying to do both is a fool's errand for the absolute vast majority of people. These two goals, these two rabbits, they technically require two opposing strategies for complete success. Dropping body fat requires you to be in a caloric deficit. Adding muscle requires you to be in a caloric surplus. So good luck achieving both of those at once. Okay. Yes, technically it could be possible, but you're then chasing after two rabbits when you could have gone after one and achieved it quicker. You could have gone after one rabbit and achieved it quicker. So the answer is to focus on this scenario after one rabbit, the most important goal out of dropping fat and building muscle. Focus on one. Give it all your attention. And for 95% of people, the rabbit that you would need to go after is fat loss first, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay. After 20 years of coaching people, I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. Okay. So there's an idea of trying to chase two rabbits at the same time. It's a fool's errand. And the amount of people that are trying to do that is insane. Alphas, I interrupt this show with a simple message. This show is here to benefit you and your progression to the best version of yourself. But not only just you, it's also here to benefit the people around you, your loved ones, your friends, other alphas in your vicinity. So why not do a really cool thing today? Something that I would thank you for and maybe someone else would. Share this podcast with at least one other alpha out there who you know would benefit from it. Why not share the information, share the ability for someone else to grow? I'm sure they would thank you. I 100% would absolutely thank you. This podcast only grows by our listeners, our followers doing amazing things like giving us 5-star reviews, downloading podcasts, subscribing, and then of course sharing it with other people. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Share it with one person, and of course drop us a 5-star review, download the podcast, and of course subscribe. And now back to the show. Here's another example. Let's talk about chasing rabbits in terms of picking a diet strategy, or just picking a diet. Okay, so up pops a rabbit. It's called keto. My goodness, keto is the way to drop body fat. Everyone that's on keto is dropping body fat. I'm going to chase after keto because that's the thing that I need to do. And up pops another rabbit. And quite frankly, I now can't stick to keto anymore because I quite like carbs. But up pops another rabbit, and it's called paleo. My goodness, that's the thing to do because Kevin down the road's been doing paleo, and he looks like I'm going after that rabbit now. Off we go, 100 miles an hour after that. And all of a sudden, up pops a new rabbit, and it's called carnivore. Oh my goodness, this is the thing that I need to be doing. Get the picture? Right? Just chasing after rabbits. All of these things would work to one degree or another if they were just bloody well stuck to. Okay? But no, up pops another rabbit. It's called smoothies, and off someone goes again in a different direction. Nothing seen through to completion. Just chasing after rabbits. Another example, training. So, okay, up pops a rabbit, and it's called cardio. I need to do cardio because that's the thing that burns fat, and I'm going to go and do all the cardio in the world. Up pops a rabbit, HIIT classes. Oh my goodness, everyone that does HIIT classes, I know, Sally down the road does HIIT classes and she looks great. I'm going to do HIIT classes. And Oh, pops another rabbit. Oh, it's called resistance training. I'm gonna go and do that now. Oh my goodness, there's now another rabbit and it's called CrossFit. Best of luck with that. So, right, it's just chasing rabbits. In work life, it would look a bit more like this. Get up, answer a couple of emails, maybe send a text or something, through a communication channel. Right, back to emails now. Right, got to jump into a meeting. Damn it, I've already forgot something that I was supposed to do this morning. Right, got to now talk to a client. Right, back to emails. It's just chasing rabbits. That's most people's work life. Now, of course, we have to be flexible as we go through work life. We're sitting here with information coming into us. But I would suggest structure your day better. Pick a task, do it to completion, and only then move on. You will complete and achieve so much more if you just pick a task and go after that one thing. For example, in a working environment, an idea here would be to start your day by listing your priority tasks, with your highest priority tasks at the top of the list, right? Pretty straightforward. With your most important task as number one, then number two, then number three. Okay? Sounds really simple, doesn't it? Good. Simplicity is a skill. Reduce complexity of your life. Okay? Simplicity is a skill. So you work on the top one until the damn thing is fully complete. If it is a task that can be completed, obviously some tasks may be a week-long tasks or something, but if it is a task that can be completed in that day, then you just work on it until the damn thing's done. Don't move your attention elsewhere until it's fully completed. You will get far more done. You'll be far more productive. The amount of people I've seen when I've been working in offices with people that are basically just moving paper across a desk. They've got a load of paper, i.e. tasks to do on one side of the desk, and all they do is they just seem to flutter them over to the other side and get absolutely sod all done. Like, we should just take one task off the top, put it in front of us, and focus on that until completion. Our attention span is not good. It has been eroded over time. It is not good. It is your responsibility to work out how to improve your focus. Or simply focus on one damn thing at a time and be conscious of focusing on one thing at a time. Okay, you'll achieve far more things, certainly in your working life, but then also when we bring health and fitness in. Right, I'm going to focus on fat loss. I need to lose whatever you need to lose, and that is my goal. And I will focus on that until I've taken myself to a point where I really do feel that that's a good place, and then move forward into another goal. Lack of focus and lost attention. It's such an issue for us humans. Simplify as many things as you possibly can. So when it comes to say, picking the right training or picking the right goal to go in terms of your health, fitness, or the right food, make better choices. Ask better questions. Not just because Kevin or Sally or Sandra down the road's been no. It's not good enough. You're just going to follow the same path and go round in circles. Maybe get help from people with, years experience and understanding to help you make a better choice. Like, if I went into a world that I didn't know anything about and I needed to make a choice in that world, well, would it not make sense that I would go and find someone who knows more about that world than me and say, hey, look, here's my circumstances and scenario. Out of these choices, or maybe even choices that I'm not aware of, what would you suggest is best for me? Now, someone with X number of years experience in a particular field is going to cut you through so many poor decisions and ultimately save you so much time. It will cut down lost time, lost effort, probably lost finances on things that you didn't need to do. Simplify things. Either way, the lesson today is simple. Don't be the dog chasing rabbits in the field. Right? Have that picture in your mind. We can all picture a dog bounding happily after all the rabbits and achieving absolutely nothing. How about this? Maybe be the hawk that's circling around in the sky. Yeah? Picture a hawk circling around, carefully picking one target. It picks one target on the floor, it swoops down, and it gets its prey. It has clarity, it has focus, it achieves goals. Be the hawk in the sky, don't be the dog chasing rabbits. Alphas, that is today's show. Hopefully another little bit of interesting perspective that you can go and apply in your own life and world. If you found this useful, please of course, share with another alpha who might benefit. Of course, download for yourself and maybe give us a little 5-star review. I will appreciate you. But for now, that's me over and out. I will catch you next week.